Ain't no control, you dead. You know? And, you know, people would say, well, that's a murdering spirit. No, God had already said. God had already told Deborah to tell Barak that he's going to, you know, he's going to give the enemy into his hand, but he ain't going to get no credit for it because a woman going to do it. Yeah. Amen. So she was a woman of faith. She was about kingdom business. So what are we going to do in this hour when God give us instructions to go and to do? Are we going to advance the kingdom? Are we going to be obedient? What are we going to do? Are we going to be running around taking credit? The glory belongs to God. All the glory belongs to God. All the glory. Not some, but all. So I picked Jael because you don't hear much about her in the Bible. No title, no ministry, but it was about the Father's business. So what are we going to do? We're supposed to be advancing the kingdom. Do we possess all of these characteristics and traits? Love, faith, passion, humility, the mind of Christ. Do we have all of those attributes in us? What is the missing element? What is keeping us from doing what God has called us to do? Yes. Advancing the kingdom. Do we have the strength of Jael? Do we have the determination of Jael? Do we have the humility, the faith, and the boldness of Jael so that we can advance the kingdom? Kingdom women were designed to build, to establish the kingdom. That's what we were designed to do. Kingdom women build, we connect, and we're supposed to impart. But I think we're missing, we'll build and we'll connect, but we're missing the impart. Where's the impartation? Why aren't we imparting into other people, raising up sons and daughters in the ministry to advance the kingdom? Build, connect, and impart. And when I think about connecting, it's no more than networking, because when we network, we networking because we got hidden agendas. But are we really networking to build the kingdom? When I was here a couple of months ago, an apostle asked me to come over. I said yes on the spot because it's about building the kingdom. That ain't nothing you got to pray about. All I needed to do was make sure I wasn't working, you know, and if I was able to get here, you know. I knew I couldn't do it on a Saturday because some Saturdays I work. And even though I had to work today, I made it here. And right when I was on the way, they done had a wreck up there at the corner of 56 and Bush, so I got to go back and find another route to get here, but I made it here. Amen. So what is all of this? I get back with you, I got to pray about it. Because if he's saying build the kingdom, what is there to pray about? Yes. Only thing you need to do is just make sure you're not working. You know, you can still say yes and say, well, let me just check my work schedule to make sure that it's conducive with this kingdom movement that's getting ready to take place. All this praying about it and what is all of that for? When he said build the kingdom, advance the kingdom, why you got to be praying about it? Because you ain't got Apostle Charlene, you know you ain't got but 2 members. And I ain't coming to preach for 2 members. I'm not going to sweat for 2 members. What? No. You better sweat for them too. Amen. And while you sweating, ask God to fill the place. Amen. So she can build a kingdom and establish a kingdom. You know, Janice, you ain't got but 1 person. Probably you know you ain't got one person to go out with you to feed. That's advancing the kingdom. He said, when I was hungry. Okay? That's advancing the kingdom. When I was thirsty. But people don't want to advance the kingdom. They want to advance their ministry. But they don't want to advance the kingdom. So what is that? Amen? Impart. To impart the essence, the nature of Christ, and that is love. We're supposed to be imparting love. But we don't want to impart love. We're supposed to look past people's faults and see their needs. The woman caught in adultery. The man wanted to stone her, but the father saw her need. That's what we're supposed to impart. But we can't impart love because, you know, I'm not going to do that. Ain't but two people in. I'm not going to impart love. I'm not going to give them nothing. I'm not going to pray and stir up their gifts and talents on the inside of them. We're supposed to build. We are supposed to connect. And we are supposed to impart. Amen? Amen. So at this time, we're going to open up the altar for those